Welcome in. A lot to get to, but first here at home, we're pushing Houston police for answers after they say someone hit and killed a 2-year-old with a car and then took off.
It happened just before.
Certainly back with a force in southeast Texas.
Now everybody's wondering, are we going to have a hot, steamy holiday forecast? Chief Forecaster David Tillman is here with the answers.
Yeah, hot and steamy, especially leading up to Monday when we get into Monday.
Today, county commissioners voted to approve pay raises for Harris County deputies effective in the 2026 fiscal year. Well, now they just have to figure out how to come up with the $142 million for those salary increases. Our thanks to David Gonzalez for that report. The FBI is calling the shooting of 2 Israeli embassy staffers in Washington, D.C. an act of terror. One man has been arrested accused of shooting the couple last night as they were leaving a celebration for young Jewish diplomats. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says the couple was planning to get engaged next week. ABC's Perry Russum is in Washington with this story. Thank you, Elisa. This afternoon, we're learning more about the suspected gunmen in that attack outside of a Jewish museum in Washington, D.C. 2 Israeli embassy staffers said to be engaged, shot and killed. And within the past hour, federal officials in Washington have charged that suspect with murder and also firearm possession.
Yeah, that press conference just before we came on air. Meanwhile, reporter Mayra from our sister station ABC 7 live in Chicago, where investigators, Mayor, say the suspect.
Dead grad and anchor in labor next.
Good stuff.
You can't stop Dad sprinting across there. In upstate New York, a TV news anchor stayed on air despite going into labor.
Y'all stay with us. We got a lot more news coming up next on Live at 5.
Let's check in with Eric and Erica to see what we're working on. Hi. New tonight, we're getting our first look at what led to Houston police shooting a chase suspect.
The family told ABC 13 initially they believe the shooting was not justified. ABC 13's Maya.
Meantime, we're learning more about the locations allegedly targeted by 5 teenager robbery suspects. A deadly plane crash killed at least 3 people in San Diego overnight. 8 others injured when that plane crashed into a neighborhood.
The force of the crash, flaming parked cars, hitting homes, all while people inside were fast asleep. Rob McMillan with her.
I want to give you a look at some other stories in the headlines today. First, a divided Supreme Court has ruled Oklahoma cannot create the nation's first taxpayer-funded religious charter school.
The justices upheld a lower court order saying the school violates the state and the U.S. constitutions. A woman accused of stowing away on a Delta flight to Paris last fall has now been found guilty by a federal jury.
According to court records, Stevlana Dali did not have the boarding pass when she boarded the flight at JFK Airport in New York. The U.S. Treasury is doing away with the penny.
Yeah, the U.S. Mint says it's going to stop making the coin once it runs out of those penny blanks. Treasury says it doesn't make sense to make the penny since it costs more than to make than it's worth. There you go. Penny for your thoughts.
Well, meantime, on the heels of the Supreme Court's ruling on a religious charter school in Oklahoma, today the Texas House voted in favor of a bill allowing time for prayer in public schools.
According to our partners at the Texas Tribune, the bill.
A warning to keep your eye on your surroundings while you are at the ATM. Houston police say they're searching for whomever robbed a man at gunpoint while he was withdrawing cash over in North Houston. And Houston police say that, again, you should avoid any outdoor ATMs, especially at night, and if they are in any secluded areas. And it's never too early to start thinking about what you would do if a hurricane hit the Texas Gulf Coast.
Hurricane season just around the corner now, and we're getting an idea of what to expect when we come back. But first, here's Chief Forecaster David Tillman.
We've reported on the shortage of air traffic controllers for years. Last night, more than 150 flights out of Austin were delayed following an FAA ground stop, all because of staffing issues.
And we know Newark Airport in its 4th week right now, 4th straight week, dealing with the challenges from not having enough air traffic controllers. ABC 13's Shannon Ryan spent the day looking into conditions at our airports here in Houston. She reports from Bush.
Start preparing now for hurricane season.
NOAA released its 2025 outlook today. David.
Rolling on by. When we come back, if you're a Houston Astros fan, it may feel like they are losing pitchers left and right.
Yeah, gonna have to call Billy Wagner out of retirement at this point. Another 8.
Welcome back, everyone. Memorial Day weekend is a time to reflect on the brave men and women who gave everything to service this country.
Yeah, not just a celebration. Join us.